The New York Knicks are the reigning champions of the basketball world right now. They just secured the 2026 title and fans are thrilled. It was a great journey that ended with a victory over the Spurs. Winning a championship in Madison Square Garden is a dream come true for the city. The front office is already facing a crisis that could ruin everything. The offseason has brought a totally unexpected challenge. Mitchell Robinson is gone and it hurts the fan base. He was a key part of the championship team and their longest tenured player. He just signed a 3-year deal with the rival Boston Celtics. This leaves a hole in the interior defense of the Knicks moving forward. Losing your best rim protector to a direct rival is a nightmare scenario. The Celtics are looking to bounce back, and they just stole a key defender. Now the Knicks have to scramble to find a replacement before training camp begins. It is never easy to replace a guy who knows the system so well. Karl-Anthony Towns is a superstar on the offensive end of the floor. He spaces the floor well, and his scoring ability helped win the title. But he is not known for his rim protection or interior defensive presence. Towns actually averaged a career low 0.5 blocks per game last year. He worked hard to improve his overall defense and passing lanes. But he is simply not a pure shot blocker who can erase mistakes at the rim. The team desperately needs someone who can anchor the paint against tough opponents. When guards break through the perimeter, you need a wall waiting. Drummond was brought in to help secure the glass and grab rebounds. He is one of the best rebounders in the history of the league, without a doubt. However, he is also not a traditional rim protector who can intimidate opposing guards. Drummond uses his body for positioning rather than jumping. So the front office decided to make a smart and aggressive move recently. They presented an offer sheet to restricted free agent center Moussa Cisse. The goal was to bring in a young athletic big man who excels at blocking. It was a high upside play by New York to target someone with that talent. They hoped the Dallas Mavericks would just let him walk away in free agency. Dallas already has a roster completely filled with big men. The Mavericks decided to match the offer sheet anyway. This totally ruined the plan and left the Knicks empty-handed in their crucial search. Now they are back to square one and desperately looking for a third big man. The free agency market is dry right now and options are scarce. Nick Richards might be the top name available, and that is not saying much at all. There are very few true game changers left sitting on the open market. The team will likely have to look at internal options to fill this crucial role. One of those internal options is a young player named Trey Jemison III. He spent all of last season with the team playing on a 2-way contract. Jemison knows the system and has been around the championship culture all year. Having a guy who understands the defensive rotations is a positive. But there is another intriguing candidate who just played very well in Vegas. His name is Liam Robbins, and he just wrapped up a strong summer league run. He might be exactly what the defending champions need to fix their weakness. Robbins is 27 years old and stands a massive 7 feet tall. He brings a level of physical intimidation that very few young players possess. He had a really rough start in his first 2 summer league outings. The entire team struggled out of the gate in Vegas and looked totally out of sync. But then Robbins completely flipped the script in his final 3 games. He transformed into a force on both ends of the basketball court. He averaged 14 points and 6 rebounds during that crucial stretch of games. He controlled the paint and showed a soft touch around the basket. More importantly, he averaged 3 blocks per game against tough competition. He was timing his jumps well and contesting shots consistently. He even stepped out to the perimeter and knocked down 2 3-pointers. This ability to protect the rim and stretch the floor is highly valuable. It is a rare combination that very few traditional centers possess these days. The modern basketball game demands big men who can shoot from the outside. If you are enjoying this deep dive into the Knicks roster moves, please like the video and subscribe to stay updated. Let us look back at the team context to understand why this matters. Even when Mitchell Robinson was healthy and playing big minutes last year, the Knicks still finished second to last in the entire league in total blocks. That is a staggering statistic for a team that relies on team defense. They desperately need someone who can alter shots and intimidate driving players. Robbins has proven he can do exactly that throughout his career. Let us look back at his college days to understand his defensive pedigree. He played his senior season at Vanderbilt and dominated the entire conference. He recorded 82 blocks during that standout year. He led the entire SEC in blocks, which is no small feat for any player. The SEC is packed with elite athletes and future professional basketball stars. Going up against that level of competition prepared him for the pros. He was even named the Defensive Player of the Year for the entire conference. Winning that award proves he has a natural instinct for protecting the rim. He knows exactly when to rotate and how to use his long wingspan effectively. He rarely commits silly fouls when contesting shots near the basket. Despite these accolades, he went unnoticed by many NBA scouts. He didn't hear his name called during the 2023 draft selection process. This happens to a lot of talented big men who develop a little bit later in life. But Robbins did not let that setback stop him from pursuing his dream. He earned a brief opportunity at the highest level with the Milwaukee Bucks. He appeared in 13 games and played a total of 57 minutes. It was barely a cup of coffee, but it gave him a taste of the speed and power. He realized exactly what he needed to work on to survive at this level. The Bucks had originally signed him to a two-way deal before the season began, but they ended up waiving him from that exact contract in late February. This forced Robbins to find another path to prove his worth to the league. He eventually found a home with the Rip City remix in the G League. This gave him the consistent playing time he needed to showcase his unique skills. During his time there, he made 32 regular season appearances. He blocked 34 shots and proved he could protect the rim. He also showed off his evolving offensive game by hitting 24 threes. Being able to hit shots from beyond the arc completely changes the court geometry, pulls opposing big men out of the paint, and opens up driving lanes. Now let us think about how Robbins would fit perfectly into this current roster. When Karl-Anthony Towns needs a quick rest, the team needs a backup. Andre Drummond will grab rebounds, but he cannot stretch the floor. If the coach wants to run a 5-out offense with wide spacing and shooting, Robbins is the only backup big man who can actually knock down open perimeter shots. This versatility gives the coaching staff many different lineup options. They can play huge with Robbins and Towns together for short, transitional stretches. They can use Robbins as a drop coverage center to protect the paint. He is smart enough to stay within his role and perfectly execute the game plan. He does not need the ball in his hands to make an impact on winning games. The team still has open spots to fill before the upcoming training camp starts. They have not officially filled any of their available two-way contracts yet. Tyler Nickel and Jack Kyle were both selected in the second round of June. Those two rookies are likely earmarked for a couple of those development spots. But there is still an open roster spot that everyone believes will go to a big man. It makes total sense to prioritize interior defense with that addition. The Eastern Conference is loaded with large front courts right now. The Philadelphia 76ers have Joel Embiid waiting to dominate the paint. The Boston Celtics just added Mitchell Robinson to a strong starting roster. The Milwaukee Bucks still have Giannis Antetokounmpo charging down the lane. You simply cannot survive in this conference without multiple big bodies available. Trey Jemison III is still an option for that final spot. He brings familiarity and toughness, which the coaches clearly value. But the upside of Liam Robbins might be too difficult to ignore now. His shot-blocking instinct is something you simply cannot teach to an older player, even if they decide to give the standard roster spot to a veteran player. Agreeing to a two-way contract with Robbins would be a smart idea today. It allows them to develop his game within their own system without any huge risk. He can spend time in Westchester learning the defensive rotations all year, and he can be called up whenever foul trouble or unexpected injuries strike the team. The fans at Madison Square Garden appreciate players who hustle and play hard. They absolutely love guys who are willing to do the dirty work to help the team. A 7-foot-tall shot blocker who can hit trailing threes fits that mold. Robbins plays with a chip on his shoulder after going undrafted. That underdog mentality is what New York basketball is all about. The departure of their longest tenured player is definitely a painful pill to swallow. It is never easy to watch a fan favorite leave for your biggest division rival. But the front office has proven they know exactly how to build a winning culture. They constructed a championship roster through smart and calculated moves. Finding hidden gems like Liam Robbins is exactly how you sustain that long-term success. They cannot afford to get complacent just because they have a shiny championship ring. The target on their back is bigger than ever, and every single team wants them. Addressing this weakness in shot blocking has to be the top priority right now. Whether it is through an internal promotion or a brand new signing, they must act fast. The regular season is approaching very quickly, and the title defense begins very soon. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this complete position breakdown. Let me know down in the comments if you think they should sign Liam Robbins today. I would love to hear your thoughts on him versus Trey Jemison or anyone else available.